Alright, we're gonna tie up my version of a deceiver today. I'm gonna go with a pretty big hook because hooks don't exist right now. Fly shop kind of sucks, and I don't feel like driving all the way across Houston to get some more. So we got a B10S stinger hook from Gamakatsu. Really something like this is a size 2. I'd probably drop down to maybe a size 4, maybe, something like that. Or even a 6. But it's just gonna have a nice long stinger hook or something. So the tail is going to be some saddle hackles. Try and get a couple of pretty big ones. This is, I haven't decided if it's going in the bass box or the redfish trout box. A lot of times they wind up being pretty damn close to the same thing, at least for me. So a lot of people will just pull these fibers off completely. I do not like to do that. It gives you a little bit more grip on the feather, and maybe, just maybe, you get to keep that feather a little bit longer. And I'm all about that fly lasting forever. Just snip a couple of them off. Lost them all on the bottom, so no harm, no foul, I guess. Make sure they line up to pretty damn close to the same length. Try and pinch them together. Oh, come on now. I like to do the far feather first because it's easier to I just find it a lot easier to mess with that side without this side having a bunch of stuff on it already. And then I'm gonna throw in some UV crystal flash. I should have already gotten it out. Because it's likely lost forever. There it is. You can skip the flash if you would like to, but I don't like to. It's easy to trim off if you don't like it. And I like using these grizzly hackles because it gives a little bit of color without having to mark anything up. There's very little in nature that's just a pure one color. Even shad, they've got some color variations in bars and such. But try and get these suckers to do what you want them to. First of all, try to stay off the struggle bus with the crystal flash. Can't seem to make them do what I want to today. And this Adeline's Fabric Fusion is actually some really badass adhesive, but I usually forget to bring it out. So had it out for the last fly because it is freaking money for stick-on eyes. All right, let me pick out another feather or two. Should have already done it, but I didn't. We'll probably go with two. So I do like a little bit of this webby stuff, but not too much of it because it does weigh that fly down a lot. Not really weigh it down. It affects the buoyancy. It doesn't sink. It makes it want to float a little bit too much. And this is basically an unweighted fly. You can add a little bit of lead wrap to it if you would like to, and oftentimes I will, but today I'm not going to. Alright, and this is where my deceiver differs from pretty much any I think I've ever seen. Nothing drives me nuts more than catching two fish on a fly that I spent 10, 15, 20 minutes on, and that first or second fish just ruins it. First good fish, you know? So I'll take me a little bit of this here. What is this called? Large chenille UV in silver. You can do any color you feel like. Go crazy. But I like flash. I like durability. So I'll take these, line them all up like that. Take it, stroke those feathers back just a little bit. Get them to spread out. And then give it a couple of good wraps. A couple of good twists. A little bit harder than I anticipated with the camera here. But you're not wanting a whole lot of them. It's not going to want to do it very much up here, you know, by the bend of the hook. But basically this is going to capture that stem of the feather, and if it does break, it'll still be kind of ugly, but you won't have to throw it away the first time it breaks. Plus this gives you a little bit of flash. It makes everybody go, God damn, where'd you get that fly? And so keep everything slicked back. Palmer it right on top of each other. It is going to look like a hot mess. That's okay. Because we don't tie for fishermen. Well, y'all might. I don't tie for fishermen. I tie for the fishes. Just come on in here, and he's gonna be butt ugly. get about there. Try and part those fibers, trap the little funky ass dubbing brush. Take your scissors and only cut what you're supposed to. My heart sinks every time I do it. I don't care how many times I've done it. I get nervous. Get your little head going. Little double whip finish, because we're gonna tie 100 of them, but I'll be damned if I have to throw away all 100. Hell, we'll go with the third one because I want a little bigger head on it. I have seen some guys have a bigger head, and I like this. I keep meaning to try it out, but they'll stop this head further back, have a bigger head, and glue some eyes to it. I do really like how that comes out. Take this and be real gentle, because those hackle fibers will pop quite easy. You're just kind of teasing it, just barely touching it, and then kind of come back the other way. Just trying to get a couple of those wraps undone, or those trapped fibers undone. And she looks like a hot mess, but in the water, that head pulses. Really looks awesome. Let's see. I did find my other light. If you watched the previous video, so I'll give y'all a round two. I really like this UV epoxy on weightless flies. I like to build a little bit bigger head on them to give them just tiniest bit of weight. And I can't find my bodkin, but we will make do. We might make it ugly, but we will make do. I'll just use that one. Try and give it a little shape. Hit it with that lamp. And you can repeat as much as you desire. You can do it in various colors. I've got this one here as a like a baby bass. Instead of the flash, I didn't have the color I wanted. I just used some chenille, just like the woolly booger chenille. I don't know if I showed that very well on camera, but just something to keep those fibers captured. That way, you know, at least a third fish instead of just two. That's that.